It's a little past 10 o'clock, so I'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. This is a regular Commissioners Court meeting, County of Starr, Monday, January 23rd. I'd like to welcome everyone here this morning and thank you all for being here. Let the record show that we do have quorum, everyone being present. If everyone would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item is claims.
I move that we approve the claims as presented.
Second the motion.
Moved and second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Before we start with our reports, if there's anyone from out of town that would like to come and present at this time, if not, we'll go ahead and go down our agenda. Gas Department.
Morning, Judge, Commissioners. My report is in your package. I really don't have anything else to add to it. If you all have any questions, I'll entertain them.
Any questions, comments?
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Transfer Station.
Your Honor and Commissioners, the report is before you. If you have any questions, let me know. We have a surplus of $787.41. That's the January report for December.
Any questions on the transfer station?
Thank you.
Investment Officer, Mr. Trevino.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. My report is in front of you. The first page is a summary for the Starr County investments. Second page is detailed for Starr County investments, and the following pages are the backup for the last paragraph in the first page. Any questions?
Okay, just give us a few moments here.
¿Qué estás hojeando, hombre?
Vamos buscándolo.
Ah, ok.
Any questions,
No, sir.
comments?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Under Treasurer's Report, Mr. Peña.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. The report is before you. If you have any questions.
Any questions, comments? welcome, Mr. Bennett.
No question?
No questions?
No.
Thank you.
Commissioner Alvarez,
No, sir, I'm getting adjusted to what you put it on there, so let me read it, take it all in, and if I have any questions, I'll call you at the office or the next meeting.
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Sheriff's Department,
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. I'm going to give 2 months revenues. November 2016, total revenues 137,733. That'll be November. December revenues 165,279.
I noticed that November, December, we had no income from CBP. Are they taking them somewhere else, or
Not that I know of, sir.
so? So why, are they bringing them to our jail
Yes, sir.
and they haven't paid?
I'll check into that.
Any other questions, comments?
Mr. Odom, I see less vehicles at Midway, at the yard there. Is the Sheriff Department getting less vehicles from DPS, or where do you get your vehicles from?
Mostly from the sheriff's office,
Tomas,
right?
where does DPS send them?
DPS.
Yeah, I believe DPS is sending most of them to the district attorney's office. Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Election administrator?
Judge, Commissioner, good morning here.
Good
This
morning.
is just a reminder here, in the next couple of months, I should finally get the schedule for the amendments elections in November. And we're going to go with the same thing on the November amendment elections. We'll probably hit only one early voting in 4 sites. We average 200 and something votes every time the amendments issues come up. So it's not worthy to maintain, all of the sites open. Hopefully by then I will have the March 18th schedule for the primaries and the information when everybody has to put in their application to be placed on the ballot. That's about it for elections.
Any questions on elections?
No, sir.
You want to go into your federal state programs?
Ms. Salinas will give you a rundown.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
The report is in front of you, if you have any questions. We are going to have a meeting tomorrow with Ms. Perez, Commissioner Peña, on the status for los Olmos, los Morenos.
Where are you having the meeting with? I didn't hear.
With Lori Perez, our attorney.
okay.
So I will call you with the time and where we're going to meet. So if you want to come and be at the meeting.
I'll be there.
Okay, perfect.
Mr. Montalvo, that 5310 van, how long does it take for you to come in?
The van?
Yeah.
We've already placed the order and everything. Right now, the last status I got was that they're putting together. Because remember, each van, we requested specific things for it. So they'll let us know when it's ready, and then we'll pick it up.
They don't give you a timetable?
They have not given me a timetable, but I will try to get one for you, Commissioner, as soon as possible.
Okay. The concern is that the 62,000 that were tied up from budget of the precinct 1 budget?
Yeah, but that just, on that particular case, Commissioner, it's just paperwork, that's it. You're not gonna be committed to that amount.
Yes, but you still tie them up? I
Yeah,
can't
but
use it?
it's not going in. We have what they call the purchase order, but it doesn't go in.
I understand that, but I can't use them. That's what I mean. If it's going to take all the way to the next budget, I mean, I'm going to, so I can
No.
count that I don't have those 62,000.
I will check, but for my understanding was that it's just a paperwork thing, that the state pays everything and you're not gonna pay
Yeah,
anything.
yeah,
and-
but Rudy, if something were to go wrong, those 61,000 is to cover that. It's like an insurance. So he cannot touch it or move it until we get it paid by the state, and I think that's what the commissioners are doing to him. When are we gonna get the van so that would free up his money so he can spend it?
We'll double check the date on that, but,
And I can manage, but as long as the Commissioners Court knows that at the end of the budget year, those 62,000 were tied up, well, dame a chance, huh?
yeah, we're hoping. Let's pray that everything happens in the next 30 days.
No problem. Okay.
On that same deal, it is concerning the meals that we gave out. How come it's taking so long to have an application approved? You guys have been asking us to pick up the participants at the center. We sent an application since November, it hasn't been approved. Then we sent another prior to that, and we have not been approved. And we just had three new applications that they want to come in now, but it's going to take, another 3-4 months. What's the delay
This is what happened
in Laredo?
in the nutrition center. Once the application comes in, we don't approve it. We do make sure it's all gap. It goes to Laredo.
I understand
It's
that.
approved. But it depends when they give it to us. I mean,
Well,
Does it take that long in Laredo to get it approved? 3 months?
well, 3 months is long. Somebody should sit on the 3 months.
Yeah, and I think you're right. It goes to Laredo, they have to approve it, but we need to follow up on it. We cannot wait 3 months to get an individual approved.
We
You know,
got
if-
the
if-
applicant that have been over 3 months, nothing.
If they don't get approved in a week, we need to be making calls.
Yeah, because I wasn't aware that it was taking 3 months.
So we had 3 more, this morning, and we told them,
Yeah,
it's
because-
probably taking another 3 months before you.
No, it shouldn't take that long.
And the point Commissioner Garza is making, that they're pushing us in Laredo to pick up the numbers, and
Right.
that we're low. So-
Yes.
And like I said,
But-
how
but,
can you make them up if it
I'll
takes 3
check
months?
with the Commissioner, I wasn't aware that it was taking that long. We've been getting, we get our checks, and when we apply, now there's some people that they disqualify for any reason.
But no, these are not, we know they qualify, we tell them right off, you're not gonna qualify, because we know the guidelines. These people qualify.
Yeah,
Yeah,
anyway, but I will review everything and I will.
Yeah, call Laredo
Find out.
today, Rudy, and let the commissioner know something this afternoon.
Yeah, could do that.
Any other question or comment?
I finish up with that spillway, the Site 7.
Okay.
It's completed. It's a really nice site. I've never seen anything like that, with the stairs and everything. There's a time when you want to see it, we should let me know. We'll get some pictures taken out there. There were some discrepancies, and I'm working with Victor to get them taken care of. I just want to make sure that in no way there was, I'm trying to make this as short as possible. They missed some specifications, and they didn't let us know. That's the NRCS. I called the NRCS, they were on the engineer that was on site, telling them, why did you allow specs to change? Specs was in material used and how they apply it. I in turn told them I will not accept completion of the dam until they're able to prove to us that if something happens to the spillway and it starts to crumble or whatever, that NRS be responsible to put it back to where it was. So that's been that's where we're at right now with that. I spoke with, we had a meeting Friday, Tuesday. Is it Friday? Thursday, to make sure everybody understands that Starr County's not gonna pay for the nickel. If they didn't do what they were supposed to do, then they're responsible. But you have to look at the spillway, it's incredible.
Rudy, and these people are with TCQ, And I have a concern because I bought some property, and I own a dam it's being inspected by TCQ. They came in, a prior inspection came about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and they wanted for me just to level the berm with just a little offset. Now they come in and they came in and did another inspection. Now they want for me to either raise up the berm, I think 2 or 3 feet higher, or lower it to the squat to get it off the list of the inspection regulation by TCQ. But by doing that, and I want to meet with Mr. Guerra, the engineer. If he requests to lower that berm down as they want it, the people downstream will get flooded immediately, because with 6 inches of rain, the way it is right now, it only lacked about 3 or 4 inches to have that overflow that is stalled in there to go down to the. It took about 6 inches, but 3, and that's because I dug 60,000 cubic yards of filled dirt that had in there, went down 12 foot lower than what was it before. And if I do that, we're going to flood these people out there, but if that's what the requirements are, they're going to have to do, but we're going to create a problem with those people down there. And like I said, we built this dam out here, to be honest with you, $6 million, I mean, I don't think it's going to ever happen to have that thing even halfway, or 1/4 filled up.
Commissioner, did they give you something in writing, John?
Yeah, we have every year, I think, or every 2 years, they come and do an inspection.
Right.
And, and I had to clear up all that stuff there and dug out about 60,000 cubic yards of dirt, filled dirt. And even though in that way we had 6 inches of rain, it lacked about 3 inches more to have the overspill, because I lowered it down to about maybe, I would say 3 feet from the actual top of the berm.
And Gilbert's going to go see.
Well, he's already, Gilbert, he's here. We're going to discuss it. Based on what they want, they require me to lower it down, I don't know how much, to get it off the inspection site or raise up the berm, but it's, I mean, cost a ton of money.
Understanding the fact that there's 7 sites, all the way from San Isidro, all the way down to Rio Grande. And it's been about 2 years now, but some of the sites were in really bad condition. So the natural flow might be clogged up to the top and break.
Not the ones that are in my precinct. I guarantee you those are cleared up, and there's nothing that is obstructing the flow of water into them.
Well, this pertains mostly to you and Commissioner Sines, right? We have to have somebody inspect those. One of your people look at it. Maybe we can get some money for it.
We went about 2 years ago and inspected. We did some survey.
If you give me a list of all the sites that you feel need something,
No.
maybe I can get you some money. I think Commissioner Gato got 20,000.
And they cleared everything, it's been done, and there's no obstruction to in case there's an overflow. But they have not, on those dams, they have never been overflowed. I think it was one. It was close by, but it didn't get, it didn't went over the level to drain out. The only one that came down is the one that runs right below the dam. But
Well, I'll Commissioner.
But I'm telling you, this is private. What I got is, it's a private dam that I have there. It was built there for irrigation purposes back in the 60s.
Well, one thing I would appreciate it, if your clerk talks to my clerk, and nothing seems to happen, please call me so that I can find out why, like in the food, why was it delayed, whether there was any delay, so that I can figure out what's the best way to handle this.
Well, you know,
Just a quick caller said, Rudy, can you check on
you know,
this?
sometimes it's hard for us to complain because most of the people either get offended or, you know, or insulted, you know, so might as well, you know, it's hard to, you know, to see when is the time to complain, you know?
Yeah, Commissioner, all I tell you that if you let me know what issues are, I will do my best to take care of them. As far as offending, just what Mike said, me, you guys, they've called me every name in the world, so it's nothing could matter. The thing is, that my job here is to take care of the commissioners and the county, and that's all I focus on.
Any other questions for Federal State Program? Thank you. Under my report, just want to remind you all that we do have an auction this Friday at 10 a.m. at the annex parking lot, so whatever y'all want to get rid of, you know, if y'all can make arrangements to get it there, we'll get rid of it. Okay. Item 5 is the vendors list, the new list of vendors for approval. Is there a motion?
I move that we approve the vendor list. Second. Representative Sam.
Moved in second. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 6 is to approve the resignation of Starr County Constable Precinct 1, Danny Muniz, even though it took effect immediately. That was his desire when he turned it in. It still needs to be approved by the court.
I move that we approve the resignation as presented.
Moved in second. Discussion.
Yes, sir. Judge, the only thing I'm going to ask is, next election cycle, somebody has to have the responsibility to let the public know on a certain criteria for each office. It's a sad situation on Mr. Muniz's part, but I went to the police academy 11 years ago, and I didn't even know the regulations. So somebody should let the public know what it takes to, not only for constable, but for everything. But that's the only thing. Somebody has to have the responsibility to do it.
That should be the chairman doing that.
Whoever it is, but the public should know what it is. That's all.
Yeah, and I agree. You know, we need to be more careful. Did I call for the vote?
No, sir.
All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 7 is to reappoint Ricardo Gutierrez to the Rio Grande Regional Water Board.
Does he know about it?
Yes, in fact, he was on the call. He's been very active, and he's been a very good representative for the county.
Move to reappoint.
Second motion.
Moved in second to reappoint. Discussion. All in favor, please, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Items 8, 9, and 10, I guess we'll take them together. This is to approve the contract with Patillo Brown and Hill for the audits for countywide, the bridge, and the gas system.
3 entities.
Your Honor,
How many years have we had them up in Rosalina?
Pero Sam, probably.
Since I've been here, I've been since 2004.
So at least
Yeah,
over
that
12
was-
years.
At least 13 years.
At least what?
At least 13 years that I've been here.
Your Honor, with all the respect of those people, they're professional, but I've noticed that we have a very poor auditing system because we have found out people here that has found money in things that have been left out, and apparently they know about it, and the auditor knows about it, but except for the exception of the Commissioner's Court. It's just like last time when I asked the gentleman about the surplus of the county, when we went down into the hole with $3 million, then the gentleman said, I asked him point blank here that if the surplus we had was cash money. He said yes. Turns out to come out that it was not true. So I think it's time that we need to find somebody else, to give us a bid or something. Or, if there's nobody wants to bid on the auditing, at least we need to make it more accountable to let us know, at least I want to know, I don't know about you rest guys, you want to know or not, what's going on, what's the actual financial status of the county.
I think we should table them and maybe go out for bids or look around, see, because 13 years is a long time now. TAC recommends every 3-4 years that we change it. Why? Because they get complacent. That's what happens. I mean, they just do it all over again, the same thing every year.
They just copy what they give them, and they just even up and make it look good, and that's it.
Is that a motion to table?
That's my motion.
I second that motion.
Moved and second to tables items 8, 9, and 10. Any further discussion? All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. On that motion, Commissioner, can I add, and that we go out for RPS, for auditors? Is the second okay? Is the vote okay with that? We'll amend the motion. Item 11, it's also an action item, and it's to approve a donation of $10,000 to the Starr County Soil and Water Conservation District. Is Mr. Escobar here? I don't see him.
You do this yearly, no?
This is a yearly.
Roberto lo está donando.
No. They're asking from the county.
Oh, hasta que los condono ellos.
2.5 cada uno.
Dije, tan bondadoso que es.
No, we've done this every year, and it's a very good investment to the community, because they do put back into the
Second motion.
moved and second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 12 is an action item, and this is to appoint a Starr County Constable for Precinct Number 1. Commissioner.
I move that we appoint Cornelio Alvarez Jr. as constable of Precinct 1, Your Honor.
Second the motion.
Moved and second to appoint Cornelio Alvarez Jr. I don't see him here.
Yes,
Ahí está, you can visit.
¿Dónde está?
Párate, muchacho.
Oye, es que no trae
No
sombrero.
que no se vea porque está sentado, pero ahorita que se levante lo vamos a ver todo.
Okay. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Judge, I think the paperwork's in your package.
I've got it. If you'd like, once we get done, before we go into executive session, we can swear you in. Okay? Item 13 is an action item, and this is to approve a contract between Starr County Precinct 1 and Bond Auctioneers. Commissioner?
Yes, sir. There's a contract between Bond and the county judge, and you're the only one authorized, so I had to bring it before Commissioner's Court. Everything is in the parking lot, what I'm going to sell. Bond is a very good company, auctioneers. I think I get a little bit more money by doing this. So I move that we approve the contract between the Starr County and Bond auctioneer.
Second motion.
Can it be wise that Mr. Canales look at the contract before we
Yeah.
approve it?
We can send it to our offices of approval.
No, porque le damos una visita.
Is
Never know.
your motion as stated by Mr.
Okay.
Gonzalez? It's
So you're not
second.
going to bring your stuff to the sale that the county is going to have?
No, sir, I have to drag it all, and I can't drag it. I could only afford to drag it from the yard to the lot, so.
Pedacito nomás.
Pásaselo el hoyo, verás, leer primero.
No, él compró todo eso. ¿me entiendes? Él era todo.
Dáselo para atrás.
Eso fue lo que le dio el difunto Abel Cantón. Era la caja de cerillo que le compró, la carretera que le compró Chico Río.
Okay, I had a motion, and you second, Commissioner?
Yes.
Que ven porque
Moved and
arriba y
second.
la caja abajo.
All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Ay,
Opposed? Motion carries. Items 15, 16, and 17 are budget
Number
amendments.
14, Judge?
Number 14. Motor
Actually, what
grader.
was? Okay, I forgot that one. 14 is an action item, and this is to approve lending motor grader to City of Escobares.
Yes, sir. This motor grader, Your Honor, is an old machine. As a matter of fact, it should be about a 1971 machine, but it's a good machine. I didn't want to sell it. Escobares doesn't have any equipment. If I lend them this machine with the approval of the Commissioner's Court, I can avoid problems of going to fix their entity. So, and I don't want to give it to them because we can't get rid of doing that. So I just lend it to them, and whenever they don't need it no more, they bring it back and we sell it. So I need the Commissioner's Court approval to, and I'm going to entertain a motion, I make a motion that we lend this machine to Escobares.
Second.
Moved in second, under discussion, Mr. Canales, is that permissible?
There's no problem, just because it is within his commissioner's precinct, and so he's not resigning, he's not giving them or renting it, he's just allowing them to have the use of it.
Okay.
Thank you.
All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Now we get to 15, 16, and 17, their budget amendments. Sam, are they-
Move to pass.
Second.
moved in second, discussion. All in favor, please, aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Judge,
Yes, sir.
I think on number 12, Judge, going back on there, you called for a motion only, there was never actually an actual vote, I didn't see your vote, and I don't, maybe the clerk did either.
I didn't call for, you need to stop me when I do that. Let me go back to item 12. I think a motion and a second was made. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Garland. Item 18 is an action item, and this is to approve the forfeiture account budget from the sheriff's office. I think by law, they need to submit a budget to the court as to what they're going to do with their forfeitures. I don't know if anyone else does it, but I know the sheriff does, and it's by law.
I move that we approve the account as presented, Your Honor.
Second.
Moved in second, discussion. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 19 is also an action item, and this is to amend the fiscal year 16 resolution of Operation Stone Garden, with it added information being, whereas Starr County Commissioners Court understands that there is no matching fund required for said project.
I move that we approve the amendment as presented, Your Honor.
Second.
Moved in second, discussion. All in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 20 is an action item, this to approve the execution of the 2016 Operation Stone Garden Grant and interlocal agreements between Starr County and the following, which is Rio Grande PD, Roma PD, Gruya PD, Escobares PD, Starr County District Attorney's Office, County Attorney's Office, and Brooks County Sheriff's Office. And all those are in your packet. They're just interlocal agreements that we do pretty much every time we get Stone Garden.
I move that we approve the interlocal agreement, Your Honor.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved in second, discussion. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, pursuant to section 551.074, it is 10:47. We will go into executive session to discuss order of salaries and to discuss the TDHCA home program existing home grants, home contracts. It's 11:55 and we're back in open session. Under order of salaries, I'll go ahead and entertain a motion.
I move that we approve the new hires and the rest be tabled, Your Honor. Así?
I'll second the motion, Your Honor.
Moved in second, discussion.
That's mejor.
All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The other item we discussed was the TDHCA home programs.
Unification.
No action.
I don't know if we need any action.
I know that
It
Rudy
was
did.
just informational. Just information. as to-
Rudy, do we need any action on the home
on the
program?
home
eso?
program.
Yes, to authorize me to take the next, whatever's required, the next step.
Ahí lo sumo, Your Honor.
Second.
Okay, moved in second to authorize Mr. Montalvo to pursue with our contractor to finish out the houses or get another contractor.
On Mr. Sines, are we gonna go out for another contractor or what?
I'm going to call the state, I'm gonna call the state and ask them, since there was other bid already made, if the next person we discussed, we just take over.
Because
Next
they only have the field dirt, so they can still work it.
Just
Now, once he pours the concrete, then we got a problem. We're gonna have to stick to him. So let's not let him do it.
I already stopped.
Did you
Okay.
stop him from doing any foundation, ditches?
Nada, que no haga nada.
I think what we need to do is get the contractor, Mr. Canales, and let him send an order of, that his
Cease and
time limit
desist.
is, cease and desist. Okay.
No, que no haga ditches, porque haciendo ditches ya.
No, que no haga nada. Que nada más el field dirt así, el que entre a hacerla, que haga todo. Ahí está el field dirt. ni
Ya
modo.
está listo.
Tú le echaste el field dirt, ¿no?
Yes, sir.
Entonces,
Can I have a motion, a second? All in favor, please, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Moved in second. All in favor, please, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you,